Welcome back to Tale of Two Towns. Someone in the thread had a very good suggestion for naming our horse. I'm gonna name him Tengri. Because, much like the Tengri in Ni no Kuni, now that I've gotten this horse, I never don't use him. He is incredibly useful. I'm able to get around town ridiculously fast. And since he comes pre-attached with a cart, which is basically your storage but mobile, the game clicks at this point. I can go out foraging, and I always have a place to put my stuff. And I always have a place to bring my stuff, if I ever end up needing something. Rutger's also pointing out, a lot of the deliveries that you get from the town message board are pretty much all finding items. Most of what you get out foraging, but a lot of it also comes from your farm. But ultimately, never don't bring your horse in your cart. You are able to buy 2 more carts later on, and you can upgrade them to allow for even more storage space. Later on, I'm going to show what it's like playing this game on an emulator, because the emulator I'm using has a built-in fast-forward function. And it's kind of the ideal way to play this game. As you can see, some of the animations take a little while. Unfortunately, the horse does not jump. But there aren't a lot of fences, necessarily. Also, you notice the music speeds up while you're on the horse. I kind of like that. Throwing my chicken in early in the morning. Morning in. It's been a little while since I recorded this. I thought I missed jumping onto the horse. So the plan for today is we're going to head into town, check the message board, see what the requests we have are. Since we're still making our way through the tutorial section of the game, the requests that will be given will be things that we've already done so far, at least for the Let's Play. But generally for first-timers, this is the first time we'll learn about foraging, catching bugs, and hand fishing. After that, we'll make our way across the mountain to Konohana, as always. That's going to be the routine for now. You can tell these are tutorial requests because they're green. Usual requests are light yellow. And there are also a couple more other types that we'll get later on. And those correlate to getting some tools. Now, Diego's general store, there's no reason to not drop by at least once a day, see what he's got in store. And here's the creepy brother I mentioned before. It's Enrique. Look at that schnoz. Well, you can't say he doesn't have self-esteem. If I had a pot, this would be so useful. But I don't. Sadly, you don't get a pot until the next season, and you don't get a frying pan until the season after that. So cooking is extremely limited at the start. But once we've gotten those two, there's never a reason not to cook. But ultimately, it means we're not going to be seeing much of Diego, or Raul for now. I go ahead and buy those, just in case. It's nice to have them stocked up, and since they're in the storage, they maintain their freshness a little bit longer. But they don't last forever. I think you can hold on to them for about a season. Yes, if you want, you can also stay at the guest book at your own town, but there's no real reason to do that. Also in the back are a bunch of books, which give you additional information on the game's mechanics. Obviously, Bluebells correlates to animals, and Konohana's correlates to crops. Here we finally meet Cam. He runs the flower shop. There's a couple of things you can do at the flower shop. You can either buy flowers straight up, his stock alternates every day, or you can buy seeds for the flowers and grow those as crops for yourself. And they're worth a good amount of money, so I always like to buy a few seeds. You can also use either the flowers that you get from Cam or the herbs that you get out on the mountain and make bouquets or perfume. And those tend to be pretty popular gifts for a lot of the characters. Not just women, but primarily women. I always like to find at least one branch or rock to give to Eileen. Bug and the bunny. Honeycomb it's kind of a waste to find them, because you can sell them for a decent amount of money, but it takes a good while before you can actually get the beehive and then get honey out of them. Which is what you really want to hang on to them for, but that's just not in the cards right now. If you don't rush headlong into the streams, the fish won't immediately react to you. As long as they haven't seen you and aren't swimming around like you freak them out, they won't disappear. So an important thing to keep in mind, once they've started running around, it's a good idea to grab them, otherwise they're just gonna leave. Oh, there's the bear again. I do love that the weeds also get star ratings. Even though most of these bugs are only worth 20 to 40 gold, there's so many of them around, and we're so low on cash at the moment that there's no reason not to grab them. If you can grab them. The small white is for one of our requests, though after this point, bug catching requests become extremely rare. They start popping up a little more frequently once we've upgraded our request level a few times, but until then, people aren't usually interested in bugs. Hand fishing does come up a few times, though. If you got one half-star branch or rock in your inventory, that's all you need. Again, only need to give them to Eileen. No other good use for them. I've never seen a monkey with that coloration. It's basically a panda monkey. Oh, wait. I want that. I want it! God damn it! Yeah, go figure, you can't go up slides. Even though it seems like you might be able to do it, but no, you can only jump high enough to just not make it. Popping into Jessica's ranch for a request, and to rectify something I did completely wrong last time. Now, Cheryl was one of the people that asked us to go out and find a bug for her. The green requests are the only times where if you talk to someone and choose to talk about their request, they will actually go into specifics on the request. From here on out, if you get a regular request and you talk to them about it, they're just immediately going to ask for the items that they wanted. Cheryl is giving good advice here, though. Even though the best way to make friends with people is to actually give them gifts, if you just talk to them, their friendship points will go up. It'll take a long time for it, though. So, gifts are the best way to go. Well, I have the bug right now, so just take it, kid. You found a bug. You're a great farmer. Even though I've just started 2 days ago. And don't throw it at them, as I have been doing so far. Like I mentioned before, where every character has one specific item that they love above all else, there's one specific item that they hate above all else. I don't know which ones are which. I haven't researched that. And I'm not going to be showing that off, because that would defeat the purpose, but it's a thing. So there you go. You'll notice Cheryl and also Rose, for some reason, their requests tend to give you chicken feed. And people kindly told me what I'd been doing wrong. So like I mentioned, you don't throw the treats at the animals. You have to actually hold them and give them to them. I also got what Georgia was asking for. But of course, this is all stuff that I had mentioned before. God damn it, kid. Though I'm pretty sure when I caught it, it was a light blue. Well, I'm glad you can tell. They all look the same to me. As in, the game will not register that you're trying to catch them, even though you press A when you're right on top of them. Not sure if that's just me doing something wrong, but I swear, earlier on, you saw me jumping after a butterfly and couldn't catch it. I was hammering the A button, but it just didn't register. And Lainey asked us to go and find some herbs. And I figured, I'm not quite sure what she says, so I'll check it at least. And she told me everything I already knew, so there you go. Although she is the person who points out the hollowed-out tree stump with all the forageable things, so at least the game doesn't leave you completely in the dark about that. I hope so too, Lainey. They're the two most common items I can get in this season. And we give her the cheaper stuff. No need to be nice about it. I've never eaten bamboo shoots. They're in so many Japanese games, you think I would have tried it by now. Well, there you go. She gives us lavender. Usually you don't get those until the cooler seasons. By which she means you can use them in 2 recipes. Herb salad and herb sandwich. But since we can't make bread, we can't make the herb sandwich, but we can at least make the herb salad. Go ahead and buy in some of the flower seeds. Occasionally you'll get a request, typically from Rutger, for the flowers that Cam sells. So it's worth keeping a few of them on hand. Just showing as an example that he does accept herbs as well, for making bouquets and perfumes. Though those flowers will only give you either herb perfume or a colorful bouquet. And those aren't worth very much. Just keep that in mind. Just to show how long it's been since I gave a crap about Pokemon. Every time I see Ash, I do not think about that Ash. Which is nice to be free from. And it's about time we actually made something, so let's make that herb salad. You'll have noticed that the star quality on all the ingredients wasn't high, but the food that I made was a 3-star dish. So as long as you've got either a lot of ingredients or at least 1 or 2 ingredients that have a pretty decent star rating, the food that you make will have a high star rating. And I almost dumped my chicken feed. That little icon in the bottom right corner is the trash, so if you accidentally drop anything in there, you are throwing it away. So don't do that. Now let's actually give her a treat correctly. There we go. Never doing that again. Okay. Jumping ahead to Konohana, so we can do a few things here. No, I'm not. Well, I wanted to do a few things here, but nobody's requested anything. How has nobody voted for Hero yet? Seriously. I think we've gotten votes for, yeah, literally everyone except Hero, including the 2 characters who haven't shown up yet. Someone tells me goons are just afraid of the doctor. If it helps, he's not a doctor yet. He's still in training. The horse treat is pretty nice. It's the same as the normal animal treats, only these ones you can actually throw and then your horse will go and pick them up. That's probably why the animal treats baffled me a little bit, because the horse treats, the horse will pick up off the ground. Your horse does have to be unattached to the cart, though. If it's still attached to the cart, it's not going to go anywhere, because it always stays put in that case. For reference, so far all of the votes I've gotten for the bachelors are just 1 each. No consensus so far. If I had enough money, I probably would have gone ahead and bought another cart, or at least upgraded my current cart a little bit, but I don't have enough. You need several thousand to really get enough space. It's a good idea to do that early on, though, so keep that in mind. You could do it either here at Kana's or over at Grady's. Doesn't matter, they sell the same stuff. No, I won't. I'll only see you every day, and that is not the same thing. Maybe I'm just used to this part of the mountain, but I feel like this area is a little more bountiful than the corresponding area next to Bluebell. Even though at the moment it's a little bare. I probably should have hung on to that piggyback locust, because in later days, one of the characters is actually going to ask for 2 of them. This is one of the few cases you find bamboo right on the ground. I still find a second one there anyway. I'm looking forward to the day that the boar doesn't charge me. And I like that you can just walk out of the screen and go back to reset an area. Only real benefit to that is for, like, the bugs and fish. Like I mentioned, the balls do have a purpose. And here I get an idea. Something I haven't shown yet. You can toss items into your cart. So let's see if I can line that up. Yeah! First shot. If you miss the cart, but the item is nearby, it'll just hop off the ground and into the cart again. But if you get it in a straight shot, you get a good, which, no, doesn't give you any benefit, but it's just to let you know that you're good! And sometimes you need to be reminded. Oh, I lost that bug. Not to worry. I'll catch it tomorrow. I've got a ton of stuff. Here I'm just resting on the fast forward button. That's how movement is when you use the fast forward on the emulator. I don't use it very often, typically. Mostly just for the animations where I'm just standing there waiting for me to stop brushing my cow. In fact, that's another thing you guys can vote on. Are you cool or are you not cool with me using the fast forward function? In sensible situations, not constantly. I'm gonna use it for bits that I cut out anyway. I just mean for cases where like I'm brushing cows or anything on screen, for footage that goes into the Let's Play. I highly suggest you say, yes, it's okay, is all I'm gonna say. Fish and bugs. Typically, you can toss those without really worrying about it, unless you know for sure that you have an item that someone's requesting. It's all the other items you want to be a little bit discerning of. The reason I was hanging around is because we saw the panda the other day, and I lost that bug. But since I have a bit of bamboo, I would like to actually befriend the panda, now that I actually know that he turns up at night. I had to wait until 11 p.m. before it showed up, though. So it's pretty nocturnal. Yay! By the way, pandas are evolution's failure. They're carnivores, but they eat bamboo, which is so lacking in nutrition that they have to eat it all day. And also, they're not that cute. So now you know why pandas suck. I've ruined your happiness. You'll notice I'm actually holding 5, well now 4, of the treats. And give the horse a second, eventually we'll see it. But I like that you can hang on to the entire stack of that particular item. But when you throw that item, you only throw one of them. Can be good or bad, depending on the situation, but it means you're not wasting anything if you ever do that. And I'm almost full in my storage. Once I've upgraded the cart, that will also increase the amount of storage space I have. So I'm going to need to do that in the next couple days. When you examine your carts, the box number down there is how much storage space you have. And that's going to be it for tonight. Next time we'll be seeing what the normal requests look like. And since we're a few days off from the cooking festival, routine is going to start setting in, so editing is going to be more prominent and more frequent. You'll also notice the reason that the saving takes forever is because that's actually built into the game itself, apparently. I fast-forwarded it and it didn't take as long to save. That's naughty. But anyway, we'll also be having our first rainy day next time, which, unlike Hero of Leaf Valley, isn't going to make a lick of difference, so see you then.